Number one, it can conduct anti-air warfare, anti-surface warfare, anti-submarine warfare, which we do not have in the Navy, and electronic warfare operation. Number two, it has an extended maritime patrol range through an embarked naval helicopter and extended maritime surveillance capability through air and surface search, radar, and sonar for subsurface search. It can perform exclusive economic zone protection roles. It can participate in joint maritime operations. It is able to survive up to sea state 7 or wave height maximum of 9 meters in accordance with the World Meteorological Organization Sea State Code. It is capable of covering a minimum of 4,500 nautical miles at the cruising speed of 15 knots. It can sustain operational presence at sea for a minimum of 30 days in tropical condition. It is able to simultaneously launch and recover maximum of 10 minutes while underway, a minimum of 2 7-meter rigid hull inflatable boats that can carry at least 10 persons each. And it is able to accommodate one 12-ton helicopter in flight deck area and 10-ton helicopter on board their hangar. The frigate will be having two anti-submarine warfare helicopter which will be arriving on September of this year, ma'am. May dalawang anti-submarine warfare na laging kasama ng frigate that will protect our frigate from from submarines. And yun ay makakarating, madedeliver, ma'am, in September of this year. And that's the major capabilities of our frigate, Your Honor.
So it can engage in air, sea, underwater threats, land threat, air threat, sea threat.
Yes, ma'am. It's a
Undersea.
four-dimensional frigate.
Yes.
Warship.
Can
Your Honor.
it combat multiple missile threats?
The only problem with our frigate, Your Honor, is we did not include the close-in weapon system, which is a defense against incoming missile. Kasi kung isama namin yun, ma'am, kulang na yung 8 billion and no company will be bidding for that project. So kaya nga, ma'am, isa sa mga nire-request namin is mabigyan pa ng additional funds so that we can buy the close-in weapon system as the frigate's defense against incoming missile. Kasi ito lang yung frigate na walang close-in weapon system, Your Honor.
Other ASEAN countries have such frigates with such capability, sir?
Yes, Your Honor. This will
Are
be
we
the only frigate.
ASEAN country without it?
There are countries that doesn't have this kind of capability also, ma'am. This kind of frigate.
And where will we locate our frigates? Will it be in a permanent site, or will it be? Is it stationed?
It will be stationed in Subic, Your Honor, and it will conduct patrol in West Philippine Sea and even in the eastern side of the country.
Will it reach the Philippine Rise?
It can easily reach the Benham Rise, the Philippine Rise, Your Honor, and it can stay there for 30 days. That's the capability of the ship.
Yeah. These frigates available, this kind of equipment, this kind of hardware and warships, how many years, if not decades ago? And my question is earlier, why did the Philippines only avail of it now if it was needed to protect our interests and our national security for so long?
Actually, ma'am, the frigate project is conceptualized in 2009. But because of the procurement process and that we don't have the technical capability to come up with what type of frigate can we need for the Philippine Navy. So, ang daming kailangan gagawin, ma'am. And then, and only in 2013 that the 8 billion budget for each ship was approved. And it
8 billion for each.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, the price of that frigate right now is 10 billion in the market. So, kasi
In pesos, sir. Pesos.
in pesos, ma'am. Kasi
Pesos, yes.
tumagal na kasi, ma'am, in 2013 and now it's 2018. Kaya yung value ng 8 billion is devalued already, Your Honor.
Considering there was 596 billion returned to Treasury in 2016, we're talking here about the security of our archipelago. We're talking here of 7,100 islands in 1,634 cities and municipalities. We're talking here of the security of more than 100 million people. And we're talking about 8 billion pesos for one frigate, or 15 billion pesos. And it's a fact that 596 billion was returned to Treasury without casting aspersion on any agency of government, not even DBM, because it was a new administration that came in, almost 600 billion of unutilized funds. And we have the Philippine Navy and the AFP modernization program not being implemented fully, despite the fact we have so much resources. So I would not like to focus, because it's been discussed thoroughly on the procurement. Let's just follow the law. I would also not want to mention anymore about Secretary Bongo. Mr. Chairman, with all due respect, I think we're wasting the time of Secretary Bongo sitting here, because it's very clear, wala naman siyang kinalaman dito. I am not prejudging it. All I'm saying is that, no, I'm just calling a spade a spade. I've done my homework, I've read all documents, and all I see is this handwritten message, and it's a pro forma request of Secretary that says, look into it. Don't we all do that? Can you look into it? Give me complete staff work. Right? So we're wasting the time of people who should be working on other matters, but maybe not. Okay, this is a hearing and we should go through the process. Let me just state on record, the reason why I wanted to go on the bigger picture is so that everybody understands where taxpayers' money goes. So that also we see that the 8 billion for a frigate is big, but really small compared to the unutilized funds which could be used for this. So I support the Navy in its acquisition of hardware, equipment, warships. I support the AFP modernization program, as I did even before I chaired the Finance Committee. And I support the faithful implementation of the Procurement Act, but also respecting the jobs and tasks of people and not casting aspersion on those who are simply doing their job in government. I've said my piece, and I say this as a reserve officer, a proud reserve officer of the AFP. Not in the PN, but in the Air Force. Where is my Air Force chief? Is he here? Okay, so, lacking in submission, I would have appreciated if the Secretary was prepared, but I'm sure you will submit it within the day. The AFP Modernization Act from the beginning of the enactment of the first law, the revised amended law, and the backlog of Congress in funding the AFP. I would appreciate receiving that, Secretary. I just saw you last night, remember? Yeah, yeah. After our meeting, you still burned the midnight oil for your presentation, right? Okay. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. That's all I'm going to ask.
Thank you, Senator Lagada. The last three senators who will ask questions in the following order are Senators Gordon, Senator Gatchalian, and Senator Poe. We acknowledge the presence of the Senate President Pro Tempore. So the Senator Recto would like to ask questions. He will be the fourth senator. So Senator Gordon is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, I think it would be superfluous to ask Bongo any more further questions, because the text of the note on that page simply is a query on what the President should do so they can properly rebut or properly answer the questions allegedly propounded by a supplier. So I think we can dispose of that matter. Now, let me just go into the matter of procurement. We must remember na ang procurement, ang modernization ng military natin, nag-uumpisa dapat siya noong pang 1995 and even earlier doon sa Bases Conversion Development Authority na dapat yung gagamitin yung pera ng conversion ng bases para makabili tayo ng mga modern weaponry. Pero it appears na although meron na tayong mga nabili na helicopters from Canada, nauna na yung 8 pero hindi na tinuloy yung susunod na 16 tayo dahil nagkagulo na tayo sa Canada. Nakakakuha na tayo ng ibang mga weaponry katulad ng armored personnel carriers from the US. Nakakuha tayo ng 8 automatic weapon system ng tangke sa Israel. At nakakuha rin tayo ng recovery tanks sa Turkey, at meron tayong bagong dalawang logistics ship from the US, from the Indonesia. And that's where I want to start. Kung Indonesia nakakagawa ng barko na ganun, ba't hindi tayo makagawa? And I've been saying this, na sa tagal-tagal na binigyan ng oras sa atin ng ating mga batas, bakit hindi tayo magkaroon ng capability to build our own ships? At least kahit na paano yung platform. Can you answer that? Anybody answer that, please? Meron tayong sa Cebu, meron tayo sa Subic. Maraming iniwan na Amerikano sa ship repair facility. Bakit hindi tayo makagawa niyan? And that will be pump priming as well. Di ba, Senator Jokno?
Mr. Chairman, Senator Gordon.
Yes.
Yes, I think we are capable. Kung maalala niyo yung dalawang in-order ni Secretary Piñol na BIFAR ship niya dyan sa Nalbotas yun eh. And it's a good ship. I think, kaya sabi ko na kanina, we should have a procurement law that first go to the local manufacturers kung kaya nilang gawin yung ano yun,
Yes, sir.
bago tayo lumabas sa labas.
We will take that into consideration, your proposals, and we will look heavily into that. Dahil kailangan, panahon na kung nagawa nung Hapon, nung nakakimono pa sila, nung binuksan sila ni Commodore Perry, at nagulat sila, ang gaganda ng barko ng Amerikano, eh sila ay parang sampan lang yung barko nila, nagbago sila, at by 1905, napalubog nila yung buong fleet ng Russia sa Battle of Tsushima. So, ibig sabihin, ganoon rin dito ang Korea. Tinulungan natin yan. Ngayon, tayo na bumibili ng barko sa kanila, aeroplano bumibili sa kanila. Even other Indonesia builds their ships. Bakit tayo hindi makagawa ng barko natin? And I think ang kailangan rin natin is naval designers. Ang dami nating pinapadalang marino pero wala tayong naval designers at dapat mag-invest siguro yan. Would you agree with that?
I agree, Senator. I think we can jumpstart our defense industry with the infusion of some money from the government.
We have been saying that here for the last several years since I was senator. At nung bago pa ako mag-senador, dahil nung nandito pa ang base military, sinasabi ko maghanda na tayo pero mukhang hindi tayo naghahanda. Now, let me just go on the other aspects of this. Mukhang masama ang procurement system natin. Ano po? Dahil ito ay nagsimula nung pang December 4, 2013, nag-opening ng bids. Ang procurement nag-start October 2, 2013. Tama po ba yan? Panahon pa ng nakaraang administrasyon.
Opo.
Okay.
Tama po yun.
Pero nakalagay sa batas natin, sa IRR, Section 38.1, ang pagbili, ang pagkuha ng procurement dito from the opening of bids up to the award of the contract shall not exceed 3 months. 3 months. Ito ay 2018 na tayo. Mukhang hindi pa tayo tapos at nagkakagulo pa tayo kung anong bibilihin. Ano po ba ang masasuggest nyo para baguhin natin yan? Especially Senator Jokno. Nakakagulat naman ito, nakakagimbal. Ito na, dinidila-dilaan na yung ating mga isla. Yung Spratly, yung Scarborough Shoals. Ayan na. Pero wala tayong sense of urgency. Bakit ito aabutin ng ganitong karaming taon?
Usually the case, sir, is that the procuring agency changes the specs from time to time.
So it is a procurement problem.
Yeah, it's the implementation. It's not the proper implementation of the procurement
In terms
law.
of reference, mali.
You
Tama
can
ba yan?
you can ask some people here as a president.
have to. I'm asking
President
you, sir.
Dizon was able to bid out the Clark International Airport in record time.
I'm aware of that. We did that in Subic before Clark.
Correct.
Excuse
So it's the implementation of the rules.
Huwag tayong magpayabangan dito at ginawa ko sa Subic yan.
Yes,
Nakakuha
sir.
kami ng radar.
It's the men who implement it, Your
Correct.
Honor.
So, ibig sabihin, ang procurement process ng military, medyo basag. Medyo kulang. So, ano po ba ang pwede natin gawin? Secretary of Defense, dapat ba ayusin natin ang procurement system? Mag-training tayo? Paaralin natin sa World Bank yung mga yan? Kasi kami sa Subic, nag-aaral kami sa World Bank eh. Para maayos yung
Opo,
procurement
I
system
think
namin.
ang problema ng military is that we change people quickly. Kaya nagpapalit ng mga yung Business Awards Committee, TWG. Kung minsan magkukunti na lang yung original, babalik na naman sa
And I will-
square one. So maybe we will...
Ang sinasuggest ko po, baguhin nyo yan. At yan ang ilalagay ho namin, i-recommend ho namin dito na ayusin nyo para masanay tayo. Dahil kailangan natin yan eh. Kala natin may panahon tayo, pero China has built airfields. And I'm not going to pull my punches here. 15 minutes, their airplanes can be here. Is that correct, sir?
correct, Senator.
Wala
sir.
bang 5 minuto, yung mga jet nila, kung magagaling doon sa isla na malapit dyan sa Palawan, in 15 minutes, pwede tayong bombahin. Yung kanilang barko, in half a day, they can be here. Is that correct, sir?
That's correct, Senator.
And their submarines can come in here. Their planes can overfly. Wala tayong radar. Wala tayong interceptor fighter, kundi yung trainers na binili natin sa Korea. Tama po ba yan?
Tama
So
po yan.
malayo pa tayo.
At talagang napakalayo pa.
Kaya dapat magmadali tayo. Pinag-aawayan pa natin ito. Paano tayo mangyayari dyan? Ang frigate po ay gagamitin para proteksyon ng other shipping at saka anti-submarine warfare. Tama po ba yan?
Tama po.
Bakit hindi natin madaliin yan? Ang nangyayari dito, tila nagkakansyawan tayo palagi. Kung bibili tayo ng helmet, below standard. Ang totoo niyan, I will cite this and I hope General Gasmin will pardon me. Magkaroon ng agreement na bibili tayo sa Israel ng mga 6.5 billion shore-based missile system. Tapos hindi natuloy. At ito noong 2014, nirealign itong 6.5 billion budget for new shopping list which includes mga helmet, mga anong baril, di ba? So, ano nangyari doon? Hindi ba kailangan natin ng movable missile platform? Hindi naman ako sundalo nag-aaral sa PMA or sa US Military Academy. Pero hindi ba kung ikaw may missile platform na nakatrack, na ilalakad-lakad mo, mas mahirap tirahin ng kalaban natin yan kung yan ay lumalakad sa land, kung wala tayong barko. Hindi po ba?
Tama po yun.
Pero na-cancel yan. Ewan ko, hindi ko natatanong yung Secretary Gasmin. Dahil cancelado na yan eh. Mamimili tayo ng Bell helicopters. Nasira na naman yung Kamada dahil nagwawala yung playboy Prime Minister ng Canada na mahilig sa gimmick. Napigon nata ang presidente natin, kinansel na. Pero nakabili na tayo ng 8. Tapos meron tayong mga kinuha na barko na Hamilton class na binigay sa atin ng Amerikano, hand-me-down, Coast Guard, 3, pero tinanggal yung weapon system. Tama po ba yun?
That's correct.
So, forma lang yun. Yun lang kanyon, nandun sa Subic eh. Yun lang kanyon sa harap ang pumuputok, pero it will not be able to defend itself. Tama po ba yan?
That is correct,
Hindi niya kayang pagtanggol ng kanya sarili. So much so, ang ginagawa nyo din sa 3 barko na yan, ay para lang i-train, para pag nagawa itong frigate na ito, may training na sila doon sa barko na yan. Tama po ba yan, Admiral Impedrad?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, ibig sabihin, ang dami nating bakas na talagang mukhang wala tayong pagdadalhan, kundi problema. Halimbawa, marami tayong questionable transaction. Sabi ng COA, with Korea Aerospace Industries as a supplier for the acquisition of 12 FA-50 jets, 18.97 billion. Kino-question pa ng COA yan. Nandito na yung barko. Nagamit po ba natin yung aeroplanong yan sa Marawi?
Nagamit po,
Sa madaling sabi po, kung meron tayong gamit, kaya ng mga sundalo natin gamitin yan para labanan ng mga kalaban. Tama po ba yan?
Tama po.
Sabi
Tama
nga
po
ni
yan.
Churchill, give us the tools and we will finish the job. And so right now, we are debating all the time all this need for our armed forces to modernize while our other countries here have fully modernized. And I made my first privilege speech on the military, on the woeful situation of our military when I was first senator here. At hanggang ngayon, yan pa rin ang dinaramdam ko sa loob. At ilang araw na ako naglalabas ng report at sasabihin natin ayusin natin yan sa China. Marami na magagaling dyan na we cannot pacify China. Abay, we cannot keep on feeding a crocodile because eventually we will be eaten by the crocodile. Is that an apt analogy, Mr. Secretary?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Kaya nga, hindi po natin pakainin yung buhaya, kundi tayo maghanda. So, ang solution, bilisan natin ang procurement. Hindi po ba? At
Yes,
kailangan
sir.
ayusin ninyo yung procurement. Now ako, hindi ako papanig, pero mukhang gusto ko yung narinig ko sa Navy eh. Bakit? Sila sabi nila, subok na yung ibibigay sa atin na nagamit ng Netherlands, pero yung Korea, dinidiktahan tayo. Why? Not because gusto na tayo diktahan, dahil pumayag yung nakaraang administrasyon na pag binili natin yung sa Korean Hyundai, ay ang mangyayari, they will provide the systems. Correct? Hindi naman hinati yun eh.
That's correct. That's
In
correct.
other words, bad procurement again. Kung pinili natin na iiwalay mo yan at hindi ka pwedeng maglagay ng sistema gusto mo sa weapon system, lamang tayo. Tama po ba yan, Admiral Impedrad?
Yes, Your Honor.
Hindi ginawa, hindi po ba? Tama po ba yan? Hindi natin ginawa.
Yes, Your Honor.
So ngayon, nung nagbibili na, lumabas bigla, uy, yung procurement nyo kailangan tried and tested. Eh, hindi tried and tested. Bibigyan tayo ng Korea. Ano? Ganyan na lang tayo. Narinig ka ba kanina pa itong kaibigan ko na sinasabi sa amin, eh, paano? Eh, bahala na si Batman. Pagka mali yung binigay sa atin, eh, sorry na lang tayo. Ganun po ba?
No, sir, because what will be produced...
Meron tayong band, sasabihin nyo.
No,
Pero
sir.
pag may band,
It's not, sir.
pwede ba tayo
The
mag-time out? Sinusugod na tayo. Time out. Kukunin ko muna yung band ng Korea para mabigyan kami ng tamang weapon system.
The system is tested, sir, because it's installed in the newest frigate of the Korean Navy. So
That's
it's,
precisely what I'm talking about. Now, kanina sinabi nyo, nagulat ako, may singit sana ako. Sabi nyo, parehas lang yan. Kay Hanwha o yung Norwegian, yung Netherlands, ang epekto niyan, pareho ba? Tama ba yung pagkadinig ko sa inyo?
Yes, Your Honor.
So-
Parehas lang, sir. They meet the requirements of the Navy.
Ang kaibahan lang, tried and tested yung isa, pero ang requirement ng Navy, gusto niya tried and tested. Yung nga lang, ito, hindi pa tried and tested. Pero, panatag ang kalooban nyo na pag ginamit natin, aayusin yan. Magagamit yan.
They don't have to fix it, Your Honor, because it's already tested. It meets our requirements. It's already installed in the...
It meets your requirement. But obviously, a number of naval officers, including a Marine, was answering the DND saying hindi pasado sa amin yan. Nagpapaalala lang naman. Hindi naman sila insubordinate. Nagpapaalala lang para hindi mademanda yung mga bata natin na ginagawa yung tungkulin sa baba para hindi mapahamak ang DND, hindi mapahamak yung admirals, hindi mapahamak yung kapitan. Tama po ba yun?
No, Your Honor, because...
Hindi tama yun.
Yung sinasabi ko, Your Honor, is na-test na-pass na namin yung system na yan during the SOBE and during the PQ. So, kung ang question, if does it meet, is it compliant to our requirement? Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so we will take your word for it.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ganun ang gusto niyo sabihin sa amin.
Yes, sir.
Eh kami, gumagawa kami ng batas eh.
Yes.
Ang sabihin na itong mga kasama ko, we will not take your word for it. Gusto namin sigurado.
Your Honor, the members of the technical working group signed the documents that subsystem is
But you have to
compliant to our
admit, merong
requirements.
gulo kayo. Merong hidwaan. Merong ayaw namin yan.
Yes, yes.
Di
Your
ba?
Honor. Yes.
You're an admiral. You wouldn't have made flag rank if you don't know
Yes,
that
Your
your soldiers must have the right equipment para hindi sila ipapahamak. Tama po ba yan?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because kung pumalpak yan, ang una mamamatay, yung nandun sa sailor natin.
Yes,
At
Your
kung namatay sila, wala lang magdidepensa sa atin, papasok na dito sa loob natin yan. Tama po ba yan?
Yes, Your Honor.
O yun, kaya kailangan aralin natin yan.
Yes, Your Honor.
Kasi I'm sure nabawasan kayo ng book sa kaiisip para gumaling ang Navy, di ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Iyan ang gusto natin. Because grass does not grow on a busy street. Di ba? So, gusto ko lang po sabihin sa inyo, ito pa, yung ginagawa sa atin ngayon ng Amerikano, na nawala yung base, eh talagang hand-me-down na talaga tayo ngayon, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
So madaling sabi po, talagang dapat, ang laki-laki ng pera na natin, ilang pa ako natitira doon sa military procurement natin? Secretary of Defense? May 75 billion pa ba?
magkano pa natitira pang pera?
Ah.
Ngayon pong taon na to, I think we have 25 billion.
Next year?
Next year, another 25. So for the next 5 years, we have 125.
And are you aware, and I'm sure you're aware, na nung pinasa namin yung train, and I'm sure my colleagues are aware, nagkaroon ako ng amendment, tinitingnan ko Senator Angara, my young confederate here, na sinabi ko, 13% of that train money should go to the military to modernize us because I would like to think that I'm doing my duty by preparing our military so that they can protect us adequately. Is that correct, sir? Do you agree with that?
Yes, sir, I agree, sir. And we welcome those, if you can provide more money, sir, we
And do you
welcome
know
that.
that when I threatened to filibuster, tumawag mismo si President Duterte, hindi ko naman hiningi, tumawag siya at sabi niya, he's assuring us na mangyayari yan, na mapupunta yung perang yan sa military para ma-modernize natin.
That will be very, very good, Your Honor.
But you're the Secretary of Defense, you should follow it up.
Yes,
Di
sir.
ba?
Yes, sir.
So in other words, we are all
Senator
agreed.
Gordon, excuse me,
Yes.
sir. May we request for...
I will wrap up.
We're winding up because there are 3 more senators.
Yes, I know.
Thank
you. All you have to do is tell me I'm done. I'm done then. I followed the orders of my colonel here, or my general Hunasan. So I'm done. Thank you very much. I will have more questions later on. I hope that was helpful to all of us. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Senator Gordon. The chair recognizes Senator Gatchalian.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good afternoon. Magandang hapon po sa lahat. Actually, hindi ho kami madalas magkita ho ni Secretary Bongo. Although madalas ko ho siya nakikita sa TV at kadalasan kasama niya si Presidente. In fact, every time nakikita ko si Presidente, nakikita ko ho siya. At in fact, if I'm not mistaken, natawag nga ho siyang pambansang photo bomber dahil madalas niya ho nakikita si Presidente. Secretary Bong, dahil sa dalas niyo pong nakakasama si Presidente, at narinig ko ho kanina na almost thousands, no? 23,000 in fact of complaints and letters na kukuha niyo. Paano niyo po nasasagot ho lahat ito, no? Dahil sa dami po at yung oras niyo po nakatutok po sa pangangailangan ng ating Pangulo. Paano niyo po nasasagot tong mga complaints na ito?
Sa abot po ng aking makakaya at ng mga staff namin sa opisina, sinisikap po naming tugunan po ito. Lahat, kung maaari, makatulong tayo. Trabaho po namin yon na matugunan lahat.
Secretary, if I'm not mistaken, no, I saw kanina may finlash yatang table of organization. And if I'm not mistaken, yung mga taong assigned to support you is the PMS group. Is that correct po?
Separate office po yun, pero meron lang po akong supervision sa kanila. So sila po yung may manpower or maraming staff. Sila po ang tumutulong sa opisina namin.
Yung PMS po ang nakatutok dito sa mga pagsasagot ng complaints and letters.
Meron rin pong sa OSAP, yung sa opisina ko, na maliit lang po ang staffing namin. And pwede rin pong sa PMS.
Is Yusek Christopher Lau a designated
Opo.
individual to answer?
Until he was appointed sa LTFRB, part po siya ng HLURB. Part po siya ng PMS. And then aside from that, yung CABSEC, opisina ni Secretary Basco, minsan sila pong tumutugon. OES, ganun po. Nagtutulungan po kami.
Pero si Yusek Lau, is he officially designated to respond?
Yes.
To respond to those complaints and letters?
Yes.
Okay.
It's part of it.
Yusek Lau, kayo po nagpadala ng letter to invite Admiral Empedrad?
Yes, Senator.
And ano po ang nag-trigger para magpadala po ng...
Some group of people complained to our office. I presume they are Koreans by the way they speak. So we called the office po ni, I think, the NDN, I think office ni Fuek Mercado yung nakausap. Tapos we were referred to I think the TWG group. Then when we asked them, sir, may nag-complain, sabi nila, sige, sagutin namin yan kung mag-ano sila. They will give a presentation. Sabi ko, sige, that's better para at least ma-clear out. Then they requested that we send a formal letter para at least on record. So we did it as agreed.
So yung nangyari ho, may group of Koreans na pumunta ho sa inyo. Physically pinuntahan ho kayo?
Usually kasi sir, ang nangyayari, pag may pumunta sa office, either yung secretary ang sumasagot or may paralegals kasi we have several paralegals.
But in this case, physically pinuntahan ho kayo?
Yes, there were also documents sent in our office.
Pinadalang kayo ng
Yes,
documents?
mga documents.
And when was this?
Yun po
Do
ang
you recall?
hindi namin ma-recall which it's the exact schedule because ang dami po kasi mga complaints pinapasa namin sa paralegal. They're the ones scheduling it po.
Itong complaints, no, ano yung exactly na kino-complain ho nila? Because again, no, I'm just working on the premise that 23,000 ang dumadating ho sa ano yung exact complaint ho nitong grupong to?
It's a bit confusing because we cannot understand what's the issue about. They're just saying they're worried na they cannot deliver on time because of the CMS issue. So even our paralegal got confused on how to draft the letter. So yun lang po na nilagay. Discuss the issue on the CMS election, which they're clarified when they went to our office.
So before you sent the letter, anong objective po? Ano yung nasa isip niyong objective?
We always make sure if there are complaints, it is acted upon. Kasi po, if we don't act upon it and they make a what do you call that, follow-up, tapos it lapse like 30 days, we can actually be sued din po because of our inaction.
Okay. Pero in this particular case po, dito si Hyundai, is it on your own discretion kaya nagpadala ho kayo ng letter or meron hong nag-utos o nagsabi sa inyo na tignan nito dahil may nag-complain?
Ano, it's standard operation po namin,
So
Senator.
standard operation. So every complaint ho, iniimbitahan nyo
Marami
sila?
kaming ginagawa. Either we invite, we send letter, we endorse to the appropriate agency. So, multiple po yun because meron kasing distribute na card with our names and our contact numbers and our email. So, ang dami pumapasok.
Yusek, this particular case, no, pinadala nyo po ang letter si Admiral Empedrad. And nagkaroon pa ng meeting, physical meeting after the invitation?
Yes, they went to our office and presented.
Sino po, andun ba ho si Secretary Lorenzana?
No. I cannot recall the persons who went, but I can remember the incident because naka-uniform po sila lahat. And they had a PowerPoint presentation, and that's what I can recall po.
The Koreans were also there?
No.
So sila lang ho ang
Yes.
nag-ano. And what was the conclusion of that meeting?
We just took notes para ko just in case somebody will follow up, we will just say na-address po namin yung concern yung may nagpunta ko dito to explain.
Was there an effort to mediate?
No.
So walang effort to mediate?
No.
So purely FYI lang
Yes.
itong meeting na ito?
Yes po.
And then after giving you the information, what is the next move?
We just have it kept by one of the paralegals po.
Okay. And when will you use the information?
Again?
When will you use the information? Dahil nasa inyo na information.
When just in case the complainant will question whether we acted on it, we have proof that we acted on it.
But obviously, may complaint, may information ho kayo, walang conclusion. So, anong pulot dulo ho nung meeting kung walang conclusion?
Kasi po, the complaint po kasi does not involve any issue in corruption. There was just concern on the delay. So we just checked. After that, wala na po.
Was there any effort to consult Secretary Lorenzana because he's ultimately one of the probably the decision maker in this case?
No po. There was no effort.
Okay. And I just want to be clarified, no, Yusek. In all complaints, ganito po yung nangyayari. For example, meron po nag-complain, no? Ganito po yung nangyayari, pinapatawag ho sila, kumukuha kayo ng information. Ganun ba ho ang proseso?
Depende po. Marami po kasi, depende po sa complaint. Ang dami kasing complaint. Minsan, pag yung clear cut, we just send it for endorsement.
So anong klaseng complaint po yung pinapatawag niyo sila at may physical meeting?
Like when we got confused on what is the complaint about.
Tinitignan niyo pa yung laki nung
No.
complaint?
No, in
For
fact,
example, 15 billion to, dapat patawag. Ito, 1 million lang. Dapat,
No, sir. No,
so walang
sir.
ganun.
No.
But who now decides na dapat patawag ho sila at
It depends po kung kanino mabumagsak yung complaint.
okay. Sino pa ho ang pwedeng bagsakan ng complaint?
I think marami kami sa officer eh. Senator, sorry.
But who can decide what action to take?
Kami po, kung depende kasi, kasi with, like almost every day, we get almost 30 to 50 complaints. So kung sino babagsak, they check. We ask the paralegals.
Okay. Si Yusek Andy Lo, is he one of the person who can decide to what course of action to take?
Yes, if the complaints fall on him, I cannot answer for him, Mr. Senator.
Yusek, I just want to understand the dynamics of your office. Meron ba ho yung set policy on what action to take? Again, I'm just trying to understand, sino ba ang entitled to have a physical meeting? Sino ba ang entitled to just respond? No, because all of this course of action, iba po yung, obviously, ibang attention ang binibigay dito sa mga cases. I just want to understand, meron ba yung mga policy or guidelines that you guys follow inside PMS?
We don't intervene usually when there's already a pending case. Judicial matters, legislative matters.
Okay.
Under the office of the President, we often endorse, ask them to respond. So, ganun po.
Can you cite one example, Yusek, na may nag-complain, pinatawag nyo, at naging successful? Ibig sabihin, successful, na-resolve. Can you cite any example na pinatawag nyo at na-resolve ba yung kaso, whether to the favor of the complainant or to the favor of the government?
There's only one I can recall. There's a complaint by, I think, SBMA. Kasi they want the Air Force to, I'm not sure if it's the Air Force to leave the SBMA premises, and they met and they just agreed na wag na lang. So that's it. But we didn't make any decisions. We just let them meet based on that complaint.
All right. Thank you, Yusek. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Senator Gatchalian. We now recognize Senator Grace po.
Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Unang-una, ngayon ko lang naobserbahan ang ganito karaming mga secretaries sa iba't ibang mga tanggapan at mga taga-suporta maliban na lamang siguro sa isang budget hearing. So marami talagang tiwala sa inyong testimonya at pagkatao, Secretary Bong. Actually, matagal na kong naobserbahan na talagang ang malasakit mo sa Pangulo. Hindi lamang ngayon, kundi dati pa. Hindi naman mapapagkaila yon. At hindi rin natin siguro ipagtataka na may mga gumagamit rin ng inyong pangalan. Kaya lang nais natin talagang klaruhin dito. Unang-una, doon sa nangyari, no, at least ngayon medyo nararamdaman ninyo ang epekto nitong disinformation or misinformation na sinasabi natin kung bakit napakahalaga na suriin mabuti. Dahil ang reputasyon ng isang tao ay hindi ganon kadali na pangalagaan o i-build up na basta-basta na lang sisiraan. Kaya dapat maayos ang ating impormasyon. So ang tanong ko po sa inyo, alam ba ninyo kung sino ang mga nasa likod nito, kung sakasakali, na ginagamit ang pangalan ninyo para sa kanilang sariling benepisyo?
Mahirap namang ituro, no, kung sino tong gumagamit ng mga pangalan namin. Kaya nga po, inuulit ko at pinapaalala ko, nabanggit na rin ng ating Pangulo na kung gamitin yung pangalan niya o ng pamilya niya o kami po, ay huwag kayong maniwala at consider it denied. Para mahirapan po tayong himayin o isala yung lahat ng gumagamit o alam ba natin totoo ito.
Actually, Secretary, tama yung may sinabi kayo kanina nung umpisa ng pagdinig na ang gobyerno ay nais maging sensitibo sa pangangailangan ng ating mga kababayan at natural lamang na pag may dumarating na liham sa atin, tinitignan natin at ibinibigay natin sa kung sino man na departamento ang dapat tumingin dito. Pero nakita naman natin, kahit sa amin, halimbawa, may magpapadala, sasabihin ko, hindi ito sa akin, procurement ito eh. So ibibigay ko ito sa kung sino man, DOTR, na dapat sila ang mag-vet nito. Sa inyong pananaw, ano pong leksyon ang natutunan ninyo? Dahil may papadalang sulat sa inyo, anong pwedeng proseso ang gawin para malaman ito ay isang official correspondence, not necessarily with your endorsement, but with your endorsement to follow, but with your reminder for them to follow up on. Kasi dapat malinaw yun eh. I-follow up nyo to, or sundan nyo to. Dalawang magkaibang bagay yon. Paano po kayang pwede gawin?
Ganito po, makakaiba po yung mga sulat na natatanggap namin. Meron pong humihingi ng tulong. At ito po, for example, hospital. Nire-refer po namin sa PGH, humihingi ng tulong. Tinutulungan talaga niyo po. Hindi po mapayag ang ating Pangulo na umuwi na walang nakukuha ang tulong o walang aksyon na ginawa yung gobyerno. Pangalawa po, pag may laman po yung complaint,